and go.
Hi, I'm Suzanne Ewell, founder of Creative Crisis Leadership. With our partner, the Game Academy, we create live action events that let people practice being unprepared in crisis. We'd like to show you what happened when we took one of our events online.
At some point in the very near future, there's going to be an earthquake.
Wow, way, whoa!
It actually sort of felt very real when I was hiding underneath the counter on the floor, even though I know it's fake.
I think we just had an earthquake.
She's kind of into it at the moment.
That's good.
Ooh, my heart. Boy, that scared the bejeebers out of us.
So this is a simulation of an earthquake, but try to pretend that it is real. You want to assume you don't have power, internet, or phone service. So the first mission should have come to you.
That's what you do in an earthquake, right? Let's get out of the house.
Okay, we were able to get out of the house very easily, but and I think Corinne and I both at the same time thought, oh wait, this deck is kind of built above a, it's sort of.
It's right next to a creek.
It's right next to a creek. If the earthquake was violent enough, maybe that could have collapsed before we got out there, in which case we can't get out to the back.
Then we got the message that, the house is leaning.
Well, I think I'd like to check in on the people whose house is listing first.
Okay.
Hello.
Amy was great and came over as a neighbor.
People need to get comfortable with each other and trust each other. Is there anything that you really would love?
Candy.
Get to know your neighbors.
So the bonus mission of the dog gets loose.
Right, we can't find the dog, so we're gonna go look for the dog.
Well, the dog is right there.
And then there's the debate, would we take Soji, our dog? And both kids said, of course we would. But then the question is, would we be allowed to? I don't know. Yeah, a pet is an expensive thing to bring along.
It's the same situation, but it's 3 days later. And the power, the internet, and cell phone service is still out. You're still isolated. Your road is blocked.
You're still a little nervous about it. The next one is what to do. They're bored.
Well, there's plenty of activities in our house. We have books, games. How do we keep ourselves active and not being bored?
We do hula hoop.
Joy?
Welcome back.
Thank you.
You're safe.
It definitely helped me organize my thoughts. Before this, I've long known, okay, we gotta prepare, we gotta do some stuff, but not really sure what, I mean, obviously clothing and stuff like this.
I felt like that one example of like the house is leaning. That's like screw all the earthquake supplies. Like we have earthquake supplies downstairs, and like that's like I wouldn't feel comfortable going into a house that's leaning.
Right, yeah, it's like, here's the perspective, okay, we may end up leaving this home.
We have to leave here in 10 minutes. What would you put in your backpack?
I backpacked a backpack. I don't know if you did that, but I have like my favorite stuffy Moo Moo. I have some clothes.
And that's it.
I mean, the actual physical thing of like walk to your water heater.
I did have like a moment with the hot water heater where I was just trying to sop up the water and didn't realize I should be turning off the water. So, like right there in the moment, I'm like not thinking.
It's interesting to have to think about these things.
If you don't know how to shut off your power, your water, and your gas, maybe learn how to do that, because I could do the power and the water, but I wasn't quite sure where the gas connection could be shut off. And even now I'm not so sure.
Wouldn't it be nice to have a few people in a neighborhood who know this is how you turn off those moments of spotty cell phone connection? That's kind of a big deal. Figuring out how to optimize that bandwidth, and your instinct is to say we're all safe, right, type of thing, even though the house was falling apart. Do we have enough cleaning supplies is a big question.
And then, of course, there's the issue of food.
I could probably last a week or two. In particular, though, like I don't really have like gallons and gallons of water. I've got cases of like LaCroix, but the dogs didn't seem to really be into drinking that much. I definitely don't have like all of my emergency supplies sort of in one area. So it's like, oh, I need to go get, food from here and water from over there. And where did I put the flashlight? Okay.
We've got a lot of good supplies, but they are spread all over the house. And part of me is like, there's a few things that we might really, really like to have, like tucked away in our shed that's separate from the house.
And it happens every time that someone's like, to actually literally go through the motions of like, where is all my food? If something blocks me from doing that, how am I get it? So every time there's been some revelation by families on how important this is.
You want people to feel like, oh, that's something I could do too. This is really important to do, and this is really important to do often. This is really kind of my takeaway from it.
I thought it was a lot of fun.
I had a blast.
Woohoo!
Just double checking everyone's wearing pants, right?